Take one. Clap.
Behind every sash, there's a story.
The wins, the near misses,
The looks, the decisions.
and everything you didn't see on the day.
This is Chasing the Sash.
The story behind the sash. Let's call it like it is.
Welcome to tonight's show. This is our local legend, and we're welcoming Kyles Delic all the way from WA. Welcome, Kyles.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for inviting me.
Well, we're so excited to have you on the show. What we'd love to hear from you is all about WA. We can start off with how you got involved in fashions on the field, and anything else you've got to tell us on your journey.
Lovely. Well, I've been going to the races since I was a very small young lady, my father would say, my late father. And, I had all sorts of experiences throughout my life being involved with the races, including working there. And then I came to be involved with Fashions on the Field through my friend in the Southwest, Tamara, who runs CM Management Modelling Agency. So she had been running the rural Fashions on the Field for Bunbury Turf Club for many, many years, along with her close friend Dee. And they had a very successful journey through Fashions on the Field. So Dee took a break for a while and I stepped in to help Tamara, and that was the start of my journey again. I mean, I had been involved in Fashions on the Field as a contestant in the past, as well as I said, working for the Turf Club itself. But, it was time to, step up and promote regional racing, which was really something that I was passionate about. And, getting families to come to the races and be a part of, the growth industry, which was Fashions on the Field, or is Fashions on the Field. At that
How much
stage,
fun was that to actually start, just going to the races and then have a mate who says, oh, look, we need you to help out with the judging. And suddenly, I mean, you really get that imposter syndrome, don't you? You think, I shouldn't be up here. But you sit down and then you go, hold on a minute, I do know what I'm talking about.
well, Fashions on the Field is very fierce, as you know, so you never ever say you know what I'm talking about. Only people at the very top that wear the crowns are able to say that, and there is a lot of respect at that level. So I started off at the very, very meagre end of registrations and signing.
Yeah. Got to start somewhere.
Very safe in that role to begin with, and also gave me a really good chance to meet everyone and to give them inspiration and encouragement before they stepped on the stage, which I thought was really, really important. So it was just a lovely opportunity as a mum of two boys to step into a bit more of a female orientated arena, even though there are men involved in fashions now, which is really fantastic, and also families. I just think, back then when I first got on board, it was trending, like, it was a growth industry, and it still is. And, it provided a lot of opportunities for a lot of women to evolve and to grow personally in so many ways.
Absolutely. Now, where would you say is your favourite track and why? And what is different about that track to the others?
Oh, look, I think, I love all of the tracks in WA, to be honest, for different reasons. Ascot, first and foremost, is somewhere that a lot of my life as a very small child visiting.
So where's that, Kyles?
Ascot is our main. It's our metropolitan track. So
All right. So it's in Perth itself, or
it's not far from the CBD. So about 20 minutes. So, and it's on the river there, and it's a beautiful location.
Must
Very
be a terrible
beautiful.
location. I mean, you know,
Yeah.
how do you cope
Those
with it?
those that can't see that track all the time, and it looks absolutely beautiful. So, haven't been there, but I could just imagine, a day there.
So, Kyles, tell us all about racing over on the what would be the deep west? Would we call it that?
The Wild West. Yeah.
So now, Kyles, if the girls here on the East Coast just want to jump on a plane and come across, now, what would you say? Would you come across for the January meet? Are there particular country meets that you just think are knockdown dead gorgeous? What do you think? Well, tell us, tempt us to get a come over for you.
Well, at the sake of being cheesy, I would like to say, where the bloody hell are you all? What are you waiting for?
You're waiting for an invitation, darling.
Exactly. You're about to tell us the days to come, so we're not exactly sure.
Opening day of Ascot is phenomenal. It's all bells and whistles, and it's something that everybody really, really looks forward to. The pinnacle, that's the spring opening of the spring racing carnival. So
and what day is that?
October. I'll have to check the date for you, around about October. So heading into the Melbourne Cup Carnival.
Yeah.
And then we have the 5 pinnacle days, which are so good, like 5 race meets after the other, and that is the real time that you want to go and get the most out of your racing for the spring.
So are you talking about the Melbourne Cup Carnival, where it's the Saturday, the Tuesday, the Thursday, the Saturday, or is it 5 Saturdays in a row?
5 Saturdays in a row for the pinnacles.
So, Kyles, if we were looking at fashions on the field, like the pinnacle of fashions on the field over in WA, and the girls want to come over for those kind of days, what would you suggest? Where should we be planning for if we want to, see the best fashions on the field?
Well, certainly the Ascot opening, Spring Carnival opening day is a highlight, and they don't, always do a runway show on that day, but they do a photographic exhibition amongst the roses and throughout the premises of Ascot, which is just magnificent. The photos just come out, which you would have seen over, especially moving into the Melbourne Carnival, that a lot of the girls use some of the photos that have been taken from that event. Yeah, so and the Winterbottom Stakes Day is always a huge turnout, very big celebration day for racing. Our Pinjarra Races, which is probably an hour from the CBD, has a wonderful prize where they give away a diamond. That's an extremely popular competition.
I can imagine.
Yeah,
I'm available.
Yes, and it's a beautiful. I've seen several girls who have been fortunate enough to win that diamond, and who wouldn't be? So
exactly.
It's a wonderful reminder of the efforts that you've put in creatively and the courage that you have to step on the stage and compete against others. So many ladies travel from different parts of WA, as they do in the eastern states to compete. It's all about collecting the sash here, just like it is in the east.
Cool.
But the odd diamend doesn't go astray.
That's a big attraction, isn't it?
Yes, totally.
Don't you also have I got this wrong? Where it's like if you go to one, then if you win that, you go to a final somewhere. Isn't there like a series in WA?
Well, yes, we did used to have the WA Country Cups series, and that's where Holly was lucky enough to gain her sash at the one-day Fashions on the Field event for the one race meeting that Mora Turf Club runs once a year. One race meet once a year. So everyone treks out there, and Holly won out there, and then she made it into the finals, and she made it through the voting into the top 10. And yes, and then she was on her way from there. And as you know, Holly's been unstoppable, which she totally is.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, she never fails to amaze me, and she's so highly talented in so many ways. Yeah, she's a very, very talented woman.
Did she have to wear the same gown, the one that we just raved about? Did she have to wear that and then follow that up in Melbourne, or was she allowed to change? What was the criteria for that?
She didn't need to wear the outfit that she won in
Okay.
Perth to go into the final. No, I can't even think of the packing.
That they'd be doing.
You know,
Oh,
I
my
mean,
goodness.
Just an overnight case, surely.
Yeah.
Just a tiny little slip, pair of shoes, handbag and earrings, done. Well, then you need a large case for your hat.
And what if you change your mind, Neil? And what if it's cold, Neil? And what if it's raining and have to change your whole outfit?
Now you're talking right to Neil. 2 hats a day. He was spruiking that the other week.
Yes.
When I win lotto, I'll be doing that, Neil.
Excellent. Good. I'll encourage it, definitely.
Thank you.
Would you say temperature-wise, because, you know, when you think WA, you just think hot all the time. How do the girls dress for winter over there? Because do you have a winter?
Well, our winter racing fashion is limited in comparison to the eastern states. It's not really our forte. We certainly do have competitions, and we certainly do have people dressing up for winter competitions, but most of our action is throughout the warmer months. So, for myself, for example, I always have a sun smart approach. And, like today I'm wearing this Moss and Spy, which is a sheer lace. So you are protected from the sun, you're protected from sweat marks, you're protected from creasing. You've got to think of so many
all those
things.
Yeah.
So, is it often a bigger brim that you're seeing there these days, with the girls, or are they still doing a lot of the pillboxes and the smaller shapes?
I think we are always trying to find out what shape looks best with what we're wearing.
Good point.
And we certainly are not afraid to rewear and share. We're heavily into recycling in WA and supporting, the environment. We're not ashamed of that. We're not all made of money.
That's so annoying, that whole thing of not being made of money, isn't it?
Oh, look,
it really upsets me. It's one of those things that I deserve to be made of money, and I'm not. And it's just, look, I do understand.
Look, I have a money tree out the front. I'll have you know.
Yeah, mine's deciduous, and it seems to have dropped everything.
But look, we are dedicated to fashions in WA and racing. Some of the other side of racing don't tend to take the fashion side of racing too seriously. But I like to sort of be the link a little bit between ownership and the fashions girls, because, it's a serious business racing, so not everyone.
You need the horses there so that you can turn up, but you also the fashions on the field girls add so much glamour to everything.
Absolutely,
it really is. It's just a lovely combination. It's just not lovely together.
Yeah, totally, and I think it's respectful dressing, and it encourages others to dress according to the members' standards and requirements. It's the sport of kings, and there's a vast history associated with racing, and we're members. So when you're a member of a club, you abide by the rules and the guidelines, and you encourage others to do the same.
That sounds fun.
I like that.
So a little bit of a temptation to go over to Western Australia for our
Come
girls.
over. I'd love to see you. And, our beautiful fashions ladies, they are always at the track, and you'll always be able to make a friend. And just come on down. We would love to have much more activity from the Eastern States visitors as far as fashions on the field. We support fashions all around Australia. We have Tatiana has come from Darwin. She was here not so long ago visiting. So yeah, we do have a few fans that pop up from time to time. But yeah, we'd certainly love to get some collaborations with our friends across Australia.
That would
I
be
think
amazing.
that sounds
I think it's great.
totally
Yeah.
tempting.
And
And we'll get over
just-
there and demand a glass of champagne from you.
Oh,
Absolutely.
I'll pour it for you.
I think that seems, yes, I'd just like a peeled grapes with that, thank you, but that'll be okay.
Would you like me to peel them and feed them to you?
Generally, that's what I expect as a minimum.
Well, I'm glad I was able to assess your requirements accordingly.
So one thing that we really like to do on Chasing the Sash is really build a community. I'm sure you've got a million fabulous it girls, but I'm just wondering if you could maybe shout out a few names so that we can keep an eye out on them and know what is in WA. Have you got a few names that you could shout out?
Certainly. Well, Bernadette May, she was the winner of the Melbourne Fashions on the Field competition in 2024, I think it was. Londa Finlayson, she's an incredible regional competitor who has a family of boys and just lost her mum recently. So we shout out to Londa. We love Londa. She does incredible work for our community and supporting fashions on the field as well in the regions. So, and then we had a wonderful winner in 2025, Tamara Kosegi. So she was a student nurse and she won fashions on the field at the Winterbottom Stakes Day. And she had a dress flown over for her that her mum had made for her in Kenya. And it was outstanding. Yeah, it was a really incredible design and well worth her opportunity and for stepping up and entering because she won some exceptional prizes. So, and then we have some new competitors who, I shouldn't say new because they've been on the circuit for some time now doing exceptionally well. We have the wonderful Angie Yesh and her exceptionally handsome husband, Lee Madden. They are scooping the pools, for want of a better term.
So, Kyles, are there some fabulous milliners over there in the West? Who's me competition?
I think probably biggest competitor at the moment, as you know, we've had some really fantastic talent come and go in millinery and, we really have had some great fun with our milliners. But at the moment we have the wonderful Adorn Millinery.
I knew you were going to say her.
Yes.
Who Melissa Barnes, who is certainly the it girl in WA at the moment as far as millinery and styling. Doesn't seem to be anything she can't do. She's got a wonderful range of higher millinery as well as handbags. And
how would you say is a typical look for WA? So when we talk all the other states like Queensland, we're looking at bright colours and it's very dramatic and bright. Then you go south in Melbourne, a lot darker, more sophisticated and probably a bit more suity. In say New South Wales, I think nearly anything goes in New South Wales.
We make it up as we go along.
Yeah.
Well, you've got a lot of people coming together there.
Yeah, we do.
It's like Darwin where you've got those a lot of the indigenous prints and fabrics there.
Yes, exactly.
So what's happening over in Western Australia? What's exciting and is sort of got more of a WA feel?
Well, really, the only three words I can tell you are only one Ashley. So only one Ashley is where it's at. And, if you want to hit the stage running and you want a chance to win on your first runway opportunity, then, you know, that would be the way to go on a lot of levels. So yeah, Kate is a huge inspiration, and she's been a very, very sincere supporter of fashions on the field across Australia, and is, you know, indeedly loved by the community.
So, Kyles, fabulous, fabulous, fabulous. Thank you for coming and chatting with us. It's just been really lovely and so easy.
Thank you.
Now, more to the point, you girls out there, let's get ourselves over to WA.
Please
We've
do.
got this perfect invitation. It sounds fun, and it sounds like the country, the city.
Got
doesn't matter
everything
where
happening.
you go. It could be just
Yeah.
so much fun. And, well, we'll try and encourage all the girls here.
Yes, we're
anyone
coming
who's
over.
listening, that sounds like such a temptation. And,
And look-
good old WA. And if you haven't been there, it's fabulous. So get on your bike. Well, actually, jumping a plane, much easier. And get across there and enjoy some of the fabulous racing and some of the fabulous fashions on the field over in WA.
Absolutely.
And don't forget, girls, the one with the diamond. I think that's a definite one to put in our calendar.
Yes, that's a definite
Absolutely.
one. At Pinjarra races, that's the one to be at, certainly. And look, you know, we'd love to see you all.
That's all from us this week. We hope you loved it, sharing the passion for fashion, and we can't wait to see more.
And that's all from us this week. We've spilled the tea, celebrated the looks, and we love being part of this community.